Welcome to Veterans Air, the Veterans Hour. Veterans Air is your source for news, talk, and uncensored commentary here on Lone Star Community Radio. I'm your host, Douglas B., and along with my co-host, Dangerous Dan, the Muffin Man.
What's up?
Hey, you can listen to us live the first Tuesday of every month on VeteransAir.us, and coming soon, Conroe's, City Conroe, FM station 106.1 and 104.5. Before we get started, I want to apologize for last month. It seems that nobody was able to hear us last month. We had some technical difficulties in the studio. So if you missed us and you're curious about what we talked about, and if you're a veteran, want to start your own business and get funding, go on over to VeteransAir.us and listen to the show in the archives. This month we're going to talk about September 11th, what it means to be patriotic. And if we have time, Dan and I are going to take opposite sides on the topic of common sense for control.
That's right.
There's too many damn fat people in the world. Little housekeeping as always. Before we start, you can contact Veterans Air through our website, www.VeteransAir.us, or leave us a message, or even better yet, why don't you text us, and we can get it right here in the studio. Our Google phone is 936-344-3083. Listen, people out there, I'm going to the hospital next month. So we are hoping to get our show, at least portion of it, pre-recorded for you before then. And if everything works out, we're going to have the commander and the deputy director of the USS Lexington in Corpus Christi on our show to talk to you all about the Lex and what you can expect when you come down to visit them. So pay attention, and we'll figure out what we're going to do as we go along. I'm distracted because we have muffins again. We have, like, huge muffins. Dan, where'd you get these muffins?
Oh, well, I got these from Montgomery Bakehouse on Longmire Road.
Isn't that a place that used to be a costume shop?
It did.
And they're a bakery now?
They are. It's a nice setup they got there.
They got, like, huge muffins, and they're different types.
Are they?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
it looks like you got, like, a nut one and a blueberry one and a sugar one. I think this one is cranberry orange. All right, I got dibs on cranberry orange. Dick, will save one for you. Hey, before I forget, I'm so sorry. In the studio with us today, we have Commander Floyd Stewart. He is the commander of the VFW, Post 4709. My post, and I'm repping it today with my shirt. See that? See? Look at that. I'm repping my shirt. Commander here is going to talk to us about Patriot Day, because he has something special going on. And I think I'm part of it because I'm told that I have to give out water at 8 a.m. in the morning. So I think I'm part of this. Commander, welcome to Veterans Air. What's going on?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Just trying to put this Patriots Day event together. We partnered with the city of Conroe. We've got their full support. It's going to be at the post, or behind the post, actually, in Candy Cane Park. It's open to the general public. We've got food is going to be served about 11:30 to 12 o'clock.
Is it free food?
Good barbecue.
Oh, I'm there. You know me with free food.
I've got 2 cooking teams that are coming in. They're cooking about 600 pounds of pork, pulled pork sandwiches. And they're going to do hot dogs for the children. I think we've got 1,400 hot dogs coming in.
You're trying to show up the American Legion with their 500 hot dogs, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. We want to do more.
Little friendly competition. All right, that's it. The glove has been thrown down. Hot dogs are going to have to increase. What else we got going on?
Well,
we got a flyer. Let me see that flyer.
Yeah, we got a flyer. We got a ruck march being done by the military from the helicopter base at Montgomery County Airport, or Lone Star Executive Airport. They're going to leave about 7 a.m., carrying a 40-pound pack. Should be about 180 of them. And they're going to come up Airport Road up to 6th Street. And then they'll kind of meander through the neighborhood and end up coming across Frazier at West Dallas Street. And I think it's where you got to be with a water break.
Yes,
right
it's
behind
9 a.m.
Chicken.
9 a.m. Second water tent is Johnny B. Dalton's parking lot.
Well, we changed that.
Oh, so it's not there.
It's not there. It's going to be at Church's Chicken, just a little further down on Fraser.
I'm so glad you came in because I'd be standing there at Dalton's going,
you've been all by yourself.
All by myself because nobody ever tells me anything in this town.
Once the troops get into the park, and we're trying to put together a big welcome for those guys as veterans, we're going to have a little award ceremony for the military, and then we'll have a opening prayer by Judge Wayne Mack, Precinct 1, Justice of the Peace, and then we'll start serving lunch. We're encouraging everybody to bring a lawn chair because there's not much seating out there on those little park benches. Again, it is a family event. We want everybody in Conroe to come out, support our veterans, support our first responders, which are fire, police. We're going to have military displays, some big trucks for the kids to get up on. We're going to have Conroe PDs bringing in probably their SWAT van and their command center. Sheriff's Department, Sheriff Tommy Gage is going to send probably their big military-style truck for their SWAT team, and probably some weapons they'll display the kids can look at or the people can look at. Precinct 2 was going to bring their new rescue boat, but they got pushed back 2 weeks on delivery because of all the flooding over in Louisiana. So they won't have their boat. They will have a couple of cars there.
But it's a boat. Can't they just drive it across Louisiana?
Yeah.
Ouch!
Well, I talked to Captain White this morning with Precinct 2, and he had scolded them and asked them if they used his brand-new boat down there in the rescue efforts, and they assured him they did not use his new boat. They just shut their shop down to send some boats to Louisiana. It's being built up in Arkansas somewhere. Fire department's going to have a static display there. I have several veterans organizations that will have tables set up. Veteran Services from the state of Texas. The VA clinic probably will be there and set up a display. And
I'm pretty sure that they're going to be there. I called over there the other day, needing to get some work done, and I asked them if they were coming by, and at least the nurse from my doctor said that they were planning to be there.
Well, that's a Sunday, and they're federal employees, so they're normally off on Sunday, so they'll be there on their own time. I hope they do show up. And then starting about 2 o'clock, we're going to have some live music on the stage we're setting up. That'll run till about 5:30 or 6 o'clock that evening. Our honor guard will do posting of the colors right at 1 o'clock. We'll have a little ceremony about Patriots Day, what it means, who put it up. President George Bush declared September the 11th as Patriots Day, honoring the men and women who died in the towers, Pentagon, and in the field up in Pennsylvania. Conroe PD has taken a giant step forward. This is radio, I can't show it to you, but that's a badge that all Conroe Police Department has.
Now, are they going to be wearing this badge all the time, or is it just for 9/11?
It's just for the month of September. They'll wear it for 1 month.
If you could forward this over to me, Commander, I'll make sure that I get it on our website. And y'all out there, you got to see this badge. I will have it up on the website as soon as Commander sends it over to me. This is a awesome tribute badge. It really, really is. I'm impressed.
I haven't been able to figure out how to get my little stinking hands on one, but I'd love to have one to put in the post in a frame.
I'm betting you that if we ask really nice, that the chief will give us one.
Well, that's nice. That probably cost a bit in taxpayer money right there.
They had a fundraiser. I didn't hear anything about it until after the fact. They had a fundraiser to purchase all these badges.
Oh, right on.
And then the excess of the proceeds from that fundraiser was going to go to the victims of 9/11, or the surviving victims and families. This past week, I had a young lady walk into the post, introduced herself, She was a first responder at the fall of the towers.
Ugh.
And she wanted to know if she could have a table and set up and display some of her stuff that she's kept all these 15, 16 years to display to people and show them what happened there in New York City. She now works as a crime victim advocate in Precinct 4 down in the Woodlands. But her and her husband were both in the fire department, EMS, in New York City at the time of the towers attack. So she's going to be there, and I'm looking forward to see what she brings, what she has to show off. An interesting fact, and I know you're not supposed to believe everything you read on Facebook.
It's the internet. It's got to be real.
It's got to be true. But an interesting fact of the fall of the towers, or the attack of 9/11, the children that are entering high school today as a freshman are not old enough to remember.
That is true.
They were born. So they'll have to be taught by our educators what happened on that date in 2001.
I was in 5th grade when that happened.
So you probably don't remember either.
Oh, I remember. Exactly, I remember. I was 10.
I think every American can tell you where he was
Absolutely.
at that time and place.
First tower, I was at home watching Good Morning America, and the second one right when I got to school. That's when we knew it wasn't an accident.
I in your generation, Commander, for your tragedy, you define everybody. You remember where you were when Kennedy was shot.
Mm-hmm. I remember where I was when Kennedy was shot. I was working under a car, and the boss of the garage came out and said the president just got shot.
No, and that's true. And it's my generation. I'm a little bit younger than you by a couple of years. My generation, we're defined by, we know where we were September 11th.
Sure.
We know what was happening the day that the tower fell. Dick here is giving me the high sign that I need to take a break. So we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about 9/11 and Patriots Day and what it means, and I'll let you know where I was at, and we'll go on from there. So, you're listening to Veterans Air.
An exciting fishing adventure awaits you aboard the Wicked Winch. Join Corpus Christi's premier fishing guide, 40-year master captain Alan Ryder, to reel in the big ones. Redfish, trouts, drum, flounder, sheep's head, and wade fishing. Full or half-day trips are available. Includes rods, reels, tackle, baits, and refreshments. Seasoned pro or first-time novice. Catch your limits with Padre Pirate Guide Service or go to PadrePirateFishing.com.
You are listening to Veterans Air on IRLoneStar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1.
Welcome back to Veterans Air. I'm your host, Douglas B., along with my co-host, Dangerous Dan, the Muffin Man. We're chatting today with Commander Floyd. You know, Commander Floyd or Commander Stewart? Which do you like?
Which do I like?
Which do you like?
Floyd.
I thought so.
Just Floyd, not
just
Commander.
The commander of VFW Post 4709 is talking to us about Patriots Day, 9/11, and what's going on. And if you missed it and you're not sure what's going on, let me tell you, you need to go on over to Facebook, facebook.com/Veterans Air, and you'll see Patriots Day, 9/11. From the VFW, Post 4709, let you know what's going to happen, because this kicks off at 7 a.m. in the morning, and it runs all day to like 6:30 at night. And if you can't find it there on Facebook, and you can't find it at VeteransAir.us, you dang sure can find it at www.vfw4709.org. So come on out, Conroe. It is at Candy Cane Park on September 11th. And it's going to be a good time. We got a lot of things happening, so come on out. We were talking before the break, Floyd and I, about the generations, how they're defined sometimes by tragic events. His generation was defined, he's a bit older than me, was defined by knowing where you were on when the day that Kennedy was shot. when I was in high school, I remember where I was and what I was doing when John Lennon was shot. But I have to tell you, September 11th, I can tell you every second of where I was on September 11th. And I can tell you everything that I was feeling on that day. And it's burned into the back of my retinas. I can close my eyes and I can see it today. And it kind of hits home with me. September 11th is it's a day for me. Because I'm from New York. That's right. I am a damn Yankee. I was born in Staten Island, New York, and it's pronounced Staten Island.
Doug, I think it's also called carpetbagger.
Thank you, Dan. And the city, for anybody on the East Coast there, that's where we go. I know the towers. I know the Pentagon. I worked at the Pentagon. And for me, September 11th is tragic because when I saw the plane hit the Pentagon, where it went in where my friend was working, my dearest friend. And I was sure that she was gone. And for 3 days, I was inconsolable. I couldn't even function because I thought I had lost her. Wendy Sue was the first person I met in my military career. We served together in Rheinberg, Germany. Wendy Sue, if you're listening, love you, sweetie. Have some pickles. But for 3 days, I didn't know what was going on. The third day, she finally called me. She got hold of me, and she was safe because she just missed it. That morning on September 11th, she had to be across the street at the Navy Annex. And they took all the phones away and locked her in. But even though that she survived, that she was okay, I still felt the tragedy of losing those people, of watching it on live TV, people falling from the top floors of the Twin Towers, jumping to their deaths because they knew that there were no way for them to be saved, that they were going to burn up. And how did this happen? This happened because of terrorists. Yeah, and I'll say it, Islamic terrorism. Terrorism came to the shores of the United States. We were attacked. And I remember a week later, I went down to the recruiting station. And I said, "All right, guys, I'm ready. I've kept myself up to date, and I'm ready to go back in." And the nice sergeant there, he sat me down. He said, "Well, sir, you kind of." You do meet the age requirements. You're just shy of when we can let you back in. And not to be disrespectful, but if we need any old broke GIs, we'll give you a call. Until then, go on home. So I was like, ouch. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. But I remember where I was at. 9/11 did something for this country that I have not seen since 9/11. Because on 9/12, you can walk down any street in America, and you can see every single building there with the American flag proudly displayed. You can meet people on the streets being proud to be Americans. We came together as a country, and it's sad that it took a terrorist attack on our shores to do that, but we did. We came together as a country. Now, I'm going to put to you, Dan, and to you, Floyd. Look around today. Do you still see that same patriotism?
No, do not.
Not the same patriotism. Definitely not. A different form of it. A more askew version, for sure.
I think it's very askewed. Who's this guy, Colin Kaepernick? Is that her name? You know what I'm talking
about? The quarterback for the 49ers?
Yeah, the quarterback for the 49ers. Okay, so now his protest here is gaining strength among pro athletes, because does he hate America? No, he doesn't hate America. He hates what America stands for him. He's like the Dixie Chicks. They hate what America stands for, because for him it stands for oppression. So he's going to sit out the national anthem. we're going to ensure, as a country, to be politically correct, we're going to make sure that we don't say the Pledge of Allegiance in a mixed crowd because it might offend somebody.
Well, Doug, freedom is a double-edged sword. You have the freedom to do what's right, to lead your community, to be something great, to achieve greatness, but you also have the ability to just not stand up. Now, I applaud him for doing civil disobedience without violence, but at the same time, he needs to check his privilege. I'm going to say it. Check his privilege.
Oh, this is radio. You guys can't see me shaking my head. I'm absolutely positively agree with Dan here. He needs to check his privilege.
That's right.
Floyd, you want to weigh in on this?
Yeah, I think it's very disrespectful. I wished I was in a position to own something like the 49ers or a soccer team where some girl is taking a knee on the national anthem in support of gay rights. Yes, that is her right. But it would also, as the owner of that club, it would be my right to fire them.
Absolutely.
You know, that's how strong I feel about the American flag.
Well, you know, I agree with you, and I think that's because, you know, in the studio here today, we're veterans here. We fought for the rights that this Colin, who is he? Does anybody know his name?
Kaepernick, I think. That's
Kaepernick.
I don't watch sports.
Kaepernick. What it is?
I don't know what
he's a 49er, and the people that are joining his protest, they have that right, and they have that right because of America. And I applaud that he uses his right. I am just a bit disturbed that they choose to be civil disobedient in a manner that's offensive and, I'm going to say it, downright wrong. Downright wrong. But it's your right to do that. It's your right to say, I don't like what this government is doing. I don't think it's your right to say, I don't like America. If you don't like America, get out of my country. There, I can say it. Can I say that with, are they going to shut me off? Dick here, the engineer, is saying, no, you can say that, Doug. Good, I said that. Good. FCC's not going to come in. That's right. If you don't like your country, you don't like America, go someplace else. Do you not like your government in America? Absolutely, positively, I don't. And if anybody's ever been following me, they already know that I don't like my government, and I'm willing to change my government because that's my right under the Constitution to make changes to my government, to address, what's it say? To petition the government for change.
Absolutely. It doesn't mean they have to listen, but you have a right to petition all you want.
And that's what this individual here and these individuals are doing is they're petitioning their government by demonstrating and using their First Amendment rights. And in this case, silence and expression is their First Amendment right. But I want everyone to know that expression is not a constitutionally protected right. Speech is. Speech is constitutionally protected.
But Doug, what about freedom of expression?
There is no such thing as freedom of expression.
So you're telling me the internet is wrong again?
The internet is wrong. Read the Constitution. It's freedom of speech. There are some forms, some expressions that the Supreme Court has said this expression is speech and therefore protected under the First Amendment. Oh. Whether or not his actions are protected under the First Amendment has yet to be challenged yet. That should be interesting to be seen. But anyway, get off topic. What you're doing, the disrespect that you show your country because of your displeasure with your government is wrong. I'm proud to be an American. I'm not like a Dixie chick and apologize for being American. I'm not like the president. I don't go overseas and apologize for being American. No, I'm proud to be an American. I wear it on my shoulder. You wear it on your hat.
Absolutely. Every day.
That's right.
Every single day.
Fought and bled for those stars and stripes. And if you want to sit there, and you want to sit there because you don't like what you perceive is happening in your country, so you're going to disrespect it, I find distasteful. Did you watch the Olympics? 5 minutes?
5 minutes. Okay.
Good. I can ramble on for 5 minutes. Did you watch the Olympics?
I did not. I don't have cable or satellite or anything like that, Doug.
Oh, that's right. You live out in the boondocks.
I do.
There's a song for you. I come from the boondocks. It's a country western song. I'll find
Back
it for
in
you.
the Boondocks.
What's that?
Back in the Boondocks?
Back in the
Boondocks. See, even Floyd knows the song. There was a runner from I believe it was Jamaica, but I'm not sure. It could be Brazil too. I don't remember. He's like yellow and green. Whoever yellow and green is.
I want to say that's Jamaica.
But it's not. I'm not sure if it's Bolt or not. User Bolt.
Oh, okay.
At any rate, what it was he was being interviewed, and in the middle of the interview, the American national anthem came on the loudspeakers. The American national anthem. This guy's not an American. He's Jamaican, I think he was, competing for his country, Jamaica. And he told the reporter, "You need to stop now and face over here the music. It's the respectful thing to do." Now, if a foreigner representing his country in an international event is smart enough to know it's the respectful thing to do, what does that say when an American can't show the same amount of respect?
Like I said, freedom's a double-edged sword, Doug.
Yeah, well, I'm not so sure I like that double-edged sword, but I will defend his rights to do it.
Hey, it's why America is one of the greatest country in all of history. It's because we have the freedom to choose how we live our lives.
That's right. We have the freedom of choice. You can choose to be I can't curse on the air yet, right? No, the FCC doesn't let me. This going over there. He's holding his head, shaking his head. Why do I have him on the air? Yes, you can choose to be. You can choose to be a jerk, in my opinion, because you're an American and you have that right. Gosh darn it, it's great. We're going to be taking a break here in like 2 minutes, but before we take that break, I want to start something. I want to plug something. I want to plug the Veterans Air discount drug card.
Oh,
now,
yeah. I've been giving these out.
And I left some over at the post, Floyd. This is the and if you go over to VeteransAir.us and go to our About Us page, you'll see the card there, and you can download it for yourself. And I have a whole bunch of cards here at the studio that'll leave here. Or you can contact info@VeteransAir, and we'll email you a nice one, nice laminated one. But what this discount drug card is free for you. Now, you're a veteran, you have the VA, you say, I don't need a drug card. Absolutely you don't. What about your wife? What about your kids? What about your neighbors? What about your mom? What about your mom?
What about my mom?
Does your mom have insurance?
I would hope so.
I would hope so, too. But you know what? I'm betting a lot of people don't have Obamacare. And drugs cost a lot of money. I'm talking legal drugs.
Oh,
legal,
okay.
legal. Yeah.
So I won't get on that subject.
You won't get on that subject. We had the DEA here last time. Wasn't pretty. Legal drugs. You can take this discount drug card, and you can take your prescription over to the pharmacy, and you can hand it in, and you can get a discount on your prescription drugs for up to 85% in some cases.
Now, Doug, is this just for the state of Texas?
This is everywhere, across all 50 states.
What about provinces?
And provinces. Yes, it'll work in Puerto Rico, too.
Absolutely.
That's right. And the District of Columbia.
What?
Now, check this out. This is what I really like. This is free. Everybody listen to me. We're giving Veterans Air is giving this to you free. It's no gimmick. There's no strings attached. We want you to use this because it may help you. And what you can do when you get the card, you go over to the website. It's on VeteransAir.us. Go to About Us. You'll see the link. Click it. You can take your prescription, and you can type in what you're taking, the prescription drug that you're taking, and type in your zip code. It will tell you which pharmacies have your prescription on stock, in hand, and how much it will cost you with that drug card.
This would be great if you have an EpiPen right now, by the way.
Oh, yes, absolutely, positively with an EpiPen. Let me give you an example. Am I over time or am I in like 30 seconds? I need to go. Okay, really quick. You can go over to the site. You can type in your drug and your zip code. It'll tell you who has the drug and how much it's going to cost. I looked up one of my drugs, hydrocodone, and I found that in one place it's $11, and a mile down the road where I have been getting it, it's $22. Guess which one I'm going to with the card? All right, we need to take a break because Dick's going, your timing is off today, Doug. And we're going to be right back, and we're going to talk about some more stuff on Veterans Air on our Facebook page and see what else we got going on.
We'll be right back with more news, talk, and commentary from Veterans Air. The Veterans Hour on IRLoneStar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintain our freedom and the standing we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation.
You're back with Douglas B. on Veterans Air, the Veterans Hour, reminding you that Claymore mines are stamped with front towards enemy for a reason.
And welcome back. You're in the studio live with me, Douglas B., your host, and my co-host, Dangerous Dan, the Muffin Man, who's got his face full of muffins.
That's right.
And Floyd, the commander of the VFW 4709. We're talking about Patriot Day on September 11th. And Conroe coming out to Candy Cane Park first thing in the morning. There's a lot of things going on. This looks like a big event here, Floyd. You got the city of Conroe, the U.S. Army, local first responders, all coming out and setting up displays. Do you happen to know that now, my company, that I have a side business, as you know, Texas Grace Photography, we provide each year free 8x10s for all first responders and all active duty military going on deployment, coming with your family, have a picture done and give it to you. And I do this along with a bunch of photographers in the area, by the way, specifically because of 9/11 and our first responders. A little stat people may not know: there was a plethora of firemen and EMTs at the towers. We saw them on our TV set. Did you know that 343 of them lost their lives in the tower? 343 in the towers.
Not after effects from the...
Not the after effects, in the towers.
No.
That's right.
I always thought it was higher.
It is higher, but that includes all of them. These are
okay.
This is just in the towers.
Doesn't include the police.
Doesn't include the police.
The Port Authority Police Department
Nope.
was almost wiped out.
This is just the fire department of New York.
Oh, just the fire department. Okay.
New York Fire Department.
Well, that's 343
people. There's an actor, and I can't remember his name, but I know what movie he was in. He was in Armageddon. He was a rockhound.
Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi. I didn't know that Steve Buscemi was a fireman.
Volunteer
fireman. Mm-hmm. And do you know what he did 9/11?
I do. I saw it on the internet.
What did he do?
He went in and helped with his fire department.
That's right. He went back to his fire department, and he helped in the towers because it's what patriots do. Patriots do. And since we're on Patriots, I'm going to do a pet peeve here. So a couple of days ago, I got a call from a veteran, Sergeant First Class Hawk. He was supposed to be on the show twice now, but we haven't been able to connect to have him happen. And Sergeant First Class Hawk is my brother. Why is he my brother? Because he wears the uniform. So he's my brother. Not only that, we served in combat together. Makes him my blood brother. Well, I set up a GoFundMe site for Sergeant First Class Hawk. And a lot of people have seen it. 2,318 people have seen it so far in the past 4 days. We've had one person donate. And being a patriot, this is, and with September 11th coming upon us, I think this is appropriate. So I'm going to read Sergeant Hawk's tale to you. So listen up, people. Let me introduce you to my brother, Jonathan C. Hawk, one of the most dedicated, loyal, and courageous men I've ever had the honor to serve with. John is a combat soldier in every sense of the word, and he has the Bronze Stars, that's plural, to prove it. John spent his entire adult life in the Army and the Army Reserves, finally being medically retired in 2016 after 20 years of service. Now you would think that he's being well taken care of after such dedication to duty and to country. Well, you'd be wrong. The Veterans Administration is actively trying to kill him, and our elected officials are more than callous on this point. Let me tell you his tale, and keep in mind that everything I'm about to tell you is verifiable fact. John has been to wars. Yes, that's plural. As a combat infantryman, long-range recon patrol, and of course, he's airborne. This is a fact. He did Panama, Desert Shield, Desert Storm, Bosnia, and, of course, Afghanistan and Iraq. He took Afghanistan and Iraq multiple times. It is his 3 tours in Afghanistan and Iraq that are slowly killing him, and this, too, is a fact. Sometime during his multiple deployments to Afghanistan and Iraq, he developed squamous cell carcinoma in the neck. The Army and then the VA misdiagnosed this. Then they denied it was combat-related.
Shocker.
Shocking. And then they decided that they were going to attempt to MEB him. It's a medical evaluation board. Then they refused to treat it. By the time John and I, working with various politicians, were able to get his cancer treatment started, it developed into stage 3 of the throat. So here we go, through a year of aggressive radiation treatments, and since the VA could not pinpoint the site of origin, they decided they were going to irradiate his entire throat and jaw. These, too, are facts. John survived. He survived because that's what John does. John does not know how to fail. My other brother, Robert, also kicked cancer's ass, but the cancer killed him. The cure killed him. And like my brother Robert, the cure is slowly killing my brother Johnny. It's the radiation. The radiation has caused John's teeth, all of them, to die and become brittle, requiring them to be surgically removed. The radiation has killed John's jawbone, forcing the surgical removal of a good portion of the jaw. The radiation has destroyed a good portion of John's esophagus. These are also facts. John has been on and off of feeding tubes since the beginning, and he's been on a liquid diet for the past 18 months. Through all of this, John still gets up each morning and goes to his job at Fort Drum. He is an active member of his community and various veteran organizations. He's even active in the IOMC. That's the Iron Order Motorcycle Club. It's all veterans get together and they ride together. But John needs medical help. He needs reconstructive surgery on his jaw, and he needs dentures. Oh, you thought the VA would handle this, huh? No. They said they cured the cancer, and the rest isn't their responsibility.
Well, wait, Doug, didn't they cause all of the problems afterwards by curing it?
No. See, they cured the cancer, so the second... That's up to you, soldier.
I mean,
drive on.
They are the government, Doug. How could they be wrong?
How could they be wrong? John has used all of his savings and insurance going back and forth for the radiation treatments and for paying for a hyperbolic chamber treatment to slow the deterioration of his jaw. The need has now become desperate. Help save my brother.
Doug, you've successfully guilted me. I'm giving you money.
Well, wait. You get some gimmies for this. You know this is Veterans Air. We don't let anybody go away empty-handed.
I get free stuff for giving you money?
Everyone that donates will get their name on dual plaques. One to hang in John's Man Cave, just outside of Fort Drum, New York, and the other to hang in Douglandia, my private country just down the road from Texas. You'll also get a personal and public thank you letter and thank yous out here on Veterans Air, the Veterans Hour. If you donate $50 or more, you get a limited edition Bitter Glitter digital photo. And somebody out there, I don't know who you are, but you'd already donated $50. And whoever you are, you're from Fort Benning. Thank you, sir. You're an honor and a gentleman. Everyone that's going to donate $100 or more is going to get a hand-crocheted minion. That's right.
My very own minion?
Your very own minion. So go on over to Veterans Air. Read about Sergeant First Class Hawk. He needs help. And for a veteran to come out and tell you, I need help, that's a desperate need because vets just don't do that.
You know they really need help when they ask for it.
Yeah, that's right. You know, we got a couple of minutes before we have to take another break. And, well, I don't actually have to take another break, do I? No, I can just keep on talking. So I'm going to keep on talking because, you know what? This is September, and we got a boatload of things going on in September. I mean, just a boatload of things other than Patriot Day. And, by the way, you can go over to VeteransAir.us and click on the event button, and you'll find all of this information because I actually put it up before the show this time. That's right. Those of you that texted me saying, great show, Doug, how about putting up the links to what you talked about? I actually did it before the show, so I can read them to you. September 7th, there is the Female Veteran Service Day and Luncheon. It's from 10 to 1 and from 12 to 3. It's and free interview suits, luncheon presentation, how to be successful during the job interview, and it's presented by Michaela McDuffie of Waste Management. It's Wednesday, September 7th, and you need to go on over to our VeteransAir.us page and click the link and read all about it and get yourself a free lunch and a business suit. On September 8th, there's going to be an all-veterans career fair sponsored by the DAV and Recruit Military. It's down at Minute Maid Park. It's from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's a free hiring event. Companies are hiring. You have to pre-register. So go on over there, again, to our page, click on the link and register. On September 13th, Lone Star College of Kingwood is having a job fair. That's Tuesday, September 13th from 12 to 2 at the SCC Atrium. A lot of people are looking to hire vets. This goes right with the last month's show. Get off your butt and go to work.
Absolutely. Saying that you don't have time is a lazy excuse. You can always make time.
Hey, check this out. AM Management Company is specifically looking to hire veterans and military for healthcare navigators. That's AM Management Company, Westheimer Road in Houston. The ad is on our page. And you know what, Floyd? I think that this is the company that Strick works for, isn't it? Isn't this what he does, a health air navigator?
I think he was.
I think that's true. You guys, you'll like that. You would like this job. So go over to our page, VeteransAir.us, and check it out. September 12th, over at the Backwoods Saloon here in Conroe, it's the Battle for Brownie's Brain Barbecue Benefits on September 10th from 12 to 2. No, it's not. Yes, it is, September 10th. But it doesn't give me a time. So go on over there, go over to our page, and click on the brain cancer benefits to benefit Kevin Brown and get some good barbecue. September 19th, Barbecue and Blues with Kevin Brady. September 19th, 5:30 to 7:30 at Dosey Do's. Go on over there and listen to Kevin Brady about how he's gonna save the economy and our taxes. It's going to cost you some money, $25 a pop. I'm going over there so I can corner him and make him do stuff for vets. And you know what? Impact ENL seminars. They do this every month or so. This month they have Bob Milner, who's going to speak about jobs and stuff. Now about building the building blocks of an extraordinary life for ordinary men. It's September 8th. At 6:30 to 8:30 at the Waterway Marriott in the Woodlands.
That place is real fancy.
That is real fancy. It really is. So a lot of things going on, including September 11th, our Patriot Day. And we have like 15 minutes coming up, and I've done my events, so that's great. Sponsors. Dan.
Sponsors?
Sponsors.
Sponsors.
We have to do sponsors. Who are our sponsors?
Where are sponsors? I'm looking for sponsors.
Shout out to sponsors.
I'm missing it.
It says right here, shout out to sponsors.
I don't have my glasses.
Do you wear glasses? Do you really?
I'm supposed to. The VA doesn't pay for new ones, though, so I can't wear glasses.
We should get a vision plan. We should get a Veterans Air vision plan.
We should. All right, let me give you a shout-out to our show sponsors. Before I forget, again, Veterans Air is made possible by the support of East Meets West Production, full-service business and marketing consultants, helping vets start and fund their own business for 25 years. For more information, call 361-904-0044. And by the American Legion, Conroe Post 411. Post 411 meets the second Tuesday of each month at 7 p.m. in the Military Honors Room at Ryan's Restaurant on Loop 336. Visit AmericanLegion.org for more information.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Actually,
absolutely.
it's AmericanLegionConroe.org.
Oh, my bad.
And if you show up a little bit early there, you can get a good dinner. They'll actually give you a discount. I can't say enough great things about Ryan's. They gave us a beautiful room over there to hold our meetings. Absolutely beautiful room.
They had me at buffet.
They had. I go for the desserts and the cookies because there's never a wrong time for a cookie. You know, we have a couple of minutes left, so we're going to talk about common sense for control. Here's the problem. Fat people. Do you know that obesity is rampant in this country?
I live that day every single day.
It is. I can go into my doctor's office right now, Floyd, and he will tell me, you're obese. But I'm not morbidly obese, so that's cool. And I'm getting more obese each day since I've stopped smoking and I have to eat everything in sight, thus the muffins that I'm going to be eating. But if you go outside and look on the street corner, on every corner there's a Burger King, a McDonald's, a Kentucky Fried Chicken. And why are there so many obese people? Why is this such a great health concern in this country? Forks. Forks are the reason. Forks are causing people to be fat. I can go into my kitchen and open up a drawer and just grab a fork and walk away with it anytime I want. I think it's about time that this country recognizes that forks are causing obesity. Now, I am demanding some common sense fork control. So all I'm asking is some common sense fork control. Let's make forks illegal.
Now, Doug, can you define common sense fork control?
Yes.
And in good legal terms?
Well, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not sure if I could do it in legal terms. But,
okay.
but here's my idea. Here's what I think is common sense, and I think that most of Americans will agree with me.
I would find that probably most people would have different ideas of common sense just in general.
I think you're wrong. I think common sense is just common sense. Now, if we switched from forks to sporks, that is a good start. Because think about this: the spork actually is more than is more than enough for your needs. What do you need a fork for? 3 times, 4 times, 5 times on a fork. That's a little bit too much, don't you think? Now, a spork, on the other hand, a spork is both a fork and a spoon, and it can prevent obesity in this manner because sporks are normally disposable. One-time use and you throw them away. And second, if you think about it, every time you went to go get a spork, it's always wrapped in a piece of plastic, isn't it? Sometimes it has a napkin and some salt and pepper with it, and you have to take time to open up that plastic that it's wrapped in. Those couple of seconds could be the difference between eating one Jell-O pudding or the entire 6-pack.
True.
See, Floyd agrees. The common sense sporks control is all I'm asking for.
Doug, I sport sporks. If you want to use a spork, go ahead and use it. All right? But it's one of those, you're either free or you're not free. And banning forks makes you not free.
Dan.
Black and white, that's all this is. Free, not free.
Think of the children. Won't you think of the children?
I'm thinking of the children's parents and how they need to teach them responsible fork use.
But that's not happening. We see that. We have obese children in this country. Mm-hmm. And I was one of them. Because my parents did not teach me proper fork control.
I'm still one of them.
Pear's a shape. I'm in the shape of a pear.
Brown's a shape.
Brown's a shape. That's right. I'm a shape. All I'm asking for is common sense fork control. If we did a comprehensive background check before you used a fork, we would know certain things, whether or not this fork could be a danger for you and your family members. Think about it. Think about it. We can. Do I have to go on break, or is that 1 minute for the end of the show? 1 minute for the end of the show. Okay. We'll be back, and we're going to talk more about sporks next month. But before I go, I want to leave you with this awesome song by the Warrior Song Project. I want you to go and download it from from VeteransAir.us or on iTunes. And while we listen to this, I want you to remember our brothers and sisters in uniform today that are standing in harm's way. They stand for our freedom and for liberty. If you're wearing the uniform today, I want to say thank you. I want to tell you that I'm proud of you. Until next time, stay vigilant.
I've got the reach and the teeth of a killing machine, with a need to bleed you when the light goes green. Best believe I'm in the zone to be, from a yin to my yang to Z. Put a grin on my chin when you come to me, cause I'll win, I'm a one of a kind, and I'll bring death to the place you're about to be. Another river of blood running under my feet, forged in a fire lit long ago. Stand next to me, you'll never stand alone. I'm last to leave, but the first to go. Lord, make me dead before you make me whole. I feed on the fear of the devil inside, of the enemy faces in my sight. Aim with a hand, shoot with a mind. the blood spilled on the floor. And if another one stands, I'll kill some more. Bullet in the breech and a fire in me, like a cigarette thrown to gasoline. If death don't bring you fear, I swear you'll fear these marching feet. Come to the nightmare, come to me. Deep down in the dark where the devil be. In the mall where the jaws and the razor teeth, where the brimstone burns and the angel weeps. Crawl to the gods if I cross your path, and my silhouette hangs like a body bag. Hope is a moment now long past. The shadow of death is the one I cast. I am a soldier and I'm marching on. I am a warrior and this is my song. My eyes are steel and my gaze is long. I cannot hear you. I am a warrior and this is my song.
We're not just going to shoot the bastard. We're going to cut out their living guts and use them to grease the treads of our tanks. We're going to murder those lousy bastards by the bushel.
Now I live lean and I mean to inflict the grief, and the least of me is still out of your reach. The killing machine's gonna do the deed until the river runs dry and my last breath leaves. Chin in the air with a head held high, I'll stand in the path of the enemy line. Feel no fear, know my pride. For God and country I'll end your life. I am a soldier and I'm marching on. I am a warrior and this is my song. My eyes are steel and my gaze is long. I am a warrior and this is my song.
All right, now you sons of bitches.